Okay, folks, Tom here from Whistle Thicket channel. I haven't made a video in a bit, but that's okay. Summer's busy, life is happening, things are great on the farm. It's just, finding the time to make a video. I'm back at our transforming A-frame cabin. I haven't done anything in about 3 months on this project, but now that it's summertime, I'm rolling, and the first thing I want to do is put this deck on. So the last couple days I've been building this deck. Most of the outer posts are made from locust wood or locust logs, which were just up the hill, and a lot of this is old barn wood and rough plain lumber. It should last for years. It's been lasting years so far, so hopefully that was a good decision to save some money. I'm trying to keep this under a budget. I kind of expanded more than I thought I was going to. I made that little outside addition. The deck's bigger than I originally planned, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and put this deck on. Okay, folks, I can actually stand on this deck. It's about 16 feet long by 6.5 feet wide on this section. And then there's another front deck we're going to work on. You may be wondering, why is this tree here? Well, I actually cut a branch to clear some space, and then I noticed that there was a big old hornet's nest on the tree. There's a hornet's nest, people. So I'm just biding my time right now, and I'm gonna come tomorrow maybe, and I'm gonna have to take that down because unfortunately I can't have a hornet's nest right at the cabin because that would not be good for my daughter and her friends and family that are gonna hopefully stay here. This is a very rudimentary cabin. I know it doesn't look like much, and I got some work to do, a lot of painting. This here is gonna be the transforming wall that's gonna lift up. That's actually my next project. But I couldn't do it without getting the deck going. Let's go ahead and keep working. So I got most of the deck done a day or two ago. There's still about 15% on the edges that aren't done. I ran out of boards. I probably need like 4 or 5 more boards. I might have some down at the barn, but I may have to take a trip to town to get some deck boards. But what we're doing next, what I really want to get done, is this transforming A-frame wall that's going to lift up. But in order to do that, I have to put the final roofing layer on. So this is just rolled roofing. I just did that quick last fall. It's been on there for like 6 months. It was not meant to be the permanent roof, just to keep it waterproof over the winter. I'm going to leave it on there, but I'm going to put some metal roofing we have left over from our hay barn build from last year. I've just been hanging on to it. And hey, I got just enough, I think, to cover the A-frame. So in order to do this side, first I got to do the other side, and I got to get this roofed on in order to do the transforming wall, because once this is a wall, it's going to have this Tough-Tex material, which is see-through, and it will be great to see the woods from inside the cabin. And it'll bring a bunch of light into the cabin, but it's also, kind of fragile. You don't want to be stepping on it by accident, so I don't want to mess with it. once it's on there. So let's go ahead and work on the roof. So, putting on this roof may have only been a few minutes of footage, but it probably took me about 2 hours to do both sides. And I still got one more section of roof to do, but I'm probably gonna save that till later because now we gotta work on the transforming door finally. Okay, it's finally time to get going on the transforming A-frame of my A-frame design. This was from Deke Dietrichson, and I kind of added to it and improvised and did a few things of my own. What I really want to do is be able to do this because the floor is still getting wet, and that's not good for the overall integrity of the cabin. So first thing we got to do, we got to measure this space, and then we're going to build the frame of the wall and come check it and make sure that it fits. And I need to have about a 1/2 inch or 1/4 gap on each end so that it goes up and down, right? Eventually there's going to be a little gap in between the wall and the transforming wall, and I'm going to put some sort of sheet of rubber, some sort of liner that's going to fill that gap. But for right now, we're going to build our frame and then come check it. Okay, now it's time for the big test. I had to paint this A-frame, or the transforming wall, change the design, make it a little more sturdy. So then I had to go get bigger, longer bolts for it. It's a little bit heavier, but still pretty light. And eventually there's going to be some sort of pulley system later. I just want to get this walled in, hopefully right now, today, before it starts raining, and then the floor will stop getting wet. But let's test this. Okay, so not that bad now. I don't think my 14-year-old daughter will be able to lift it and lift it this high, but we're gonna work on it. And like I said, there's gonna be some cool pulley system eventually once I get a lot of other minor projects done. The next step is to put on this Tough-Tex paneling, and hopefully it still opens. I'm gonna open this up and see if it opens. I haven't opened it yet. There's a couple things I still need to work on. Like, there's still a small gap here. I'm gonna have to get some sort of waterproof fabric on that edge. This edge is pretty well covered, but I'll probably do some sort of flexible, I guess waterproof, like underlayment. This top part, you also need to put a piece of flexible rubber, but the stuff I had around isn't that great. So again, I'm probably gonna come back and fix it, but hey, I got this on. This is a major, major step in the A-frame. I'm gonna go inside and open her up. Dun, 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 dun. So still, it's heavy, people. I'm gonna have to work on this and figure it out for myself and for my daughter. But I got the A-frame done, or at least this part of it. There's still a lot of detail work. So I hope you join me for my next video where I'm gonna talk about everything that still needs to be done on this video. This is heavy.